And welcome to the Allen Americans podcast. Joining us here is Allen Americans defenseman slash forward because he played both last year. He was drafted by the Detroit Red Wings back in, was it 2017, if my memory serves me correct? Cole Fraser, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Yes, you're correct. It was 2017.
Now, it's funny. You have a very, very interesting career, and you played for one of my favorite teams, Peterborough. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't you play? Was Jody Hall your coach there, former NHLer?
Yeah, Jody Hall was my coach in my first and second and part of my third year. And then we didn't do very well in the third year and ended up making a coaching change. We got a new coach who coached in the Dell for a few years. His name was Rob Wilson. He was my coach for my fourth year.
Well, I remember Hall as an NHLer. Talk about him and what kind of an impact did he have on you as a young hockey player? Because we know the way he played the game.
I mean, he gave me that chance to be a junior hockey player, and took a chance on me when I was 16 and played my first year. It was kind of up and down. We had a lot of people on that team, so we kind of just there was two rookie defensemen. We kind of just went in and out of the lineup. So first year is always a little bit tough. In the second year, we ended up making a push to the conference final, and a lot of that had to do with the way that Jody helped coach the team and his assistants and how the guys played in the room, or how the guys in the room played. And then in my third year, I guess him and I had a pretty good relationship. We talked quite a bit, just because as a rookie, you don't really know what's going to happen. And sometimes you can get a little upset because you're not playing all that much. But it definitely helped my career move in the direction I wanted it to. And then I think he's now the assistant coach in Niagara.
Talk about now. Wasn't your buddy there from Kansas City, Greg Betzold? Wasn't he a part of that team there as well?
Yeah, he was an overager in my rookie year, so he was my overage player. So we were pretty close then. I went to him with a lot of advice as to how to feel and how to like, because it's pretty tough. So you talk to some of the older guys because they've been through it. And I know I talked to Betsy quite a bit, and we both ended up in Kansas City at the beginning of this past season, and then obviously ended up in Allen, which I'm very grateful for.
Well, and I'm sure Martinson's told you this story a few times, but the reason why you ended up in Allen was because we played you in a preseason game, and he said this Fraser guy hit every one of our guys, and the guy never stopped. So from that point on, he was very interested in getting you here in Allen, and hey, the rest is history, right?
Exactly. I mean, I remember that first game because I was just trying to make the team in Kansas City, so I was trying to do my part. And I remember I was trying to fight Guppy at the around the middle of the game. I was trying to fight Guppy, and Guppy's like, "No, I'm not going to fight you." Like, understandable. Guppy's a vet in the league, and I'm a rookie. There's no reason for him to fight me, but I guess it was just about trying to make my mark and make myself noticed so I could find a spot.
This is one thing I always like to ask fighters, because you're one of those guys, man. You can go toe to toe with anybody. Cole Fraser, a great guy, mild, calm guy off the ice, as you can see right now, but don't tick him off on the ice. How do you pick the guy that you want to go with? Is it sometimes your coach says go after this guy, or do you talk to a guy in pregame warmups and saying, hey, we're going to go at some point? And how does all that work?
Well, I mean, there's some guys that are their fighter, or will fight if they have the chance, or you fought them before. Like, for example, in Tulsa, Mike McKee, I fought him at Red Wings camp when I was 17, and I talked to him our first game in Tulsa against him, and I was like, "You want to go?" And he was like, "Yeah, we can go." And then we just never really ended up on the ice together. And he was like, "I respected you fighting me in Detroit. Like, it's a big thing because Mike McKee's not a big guy, and not a small guy. Like, he's 6'5", 250 pounds.
Yeah.
So he was like, whenever you need a dance partner, I'll always be ready. Like, just throw a call my way, and we'll go." Or I mean, if someone lays a hit and it's not into your liking or to anyone's liking, then you kind of go based off of that, or even just to set the tone. Like if you're down in the game, you just kind of grab whoever will go and just try to get the boys going and change the outcome of the game.
How good was our team last year? I mean, I have my opinions on it, but you're a hockey player. You're a better evaluator of that. How good was our team?
I think we were really good. I think we could have won the whole thing collectively as a group. I mean, there was a lot of different moving parts, and they all kind of came together. And I guess the whole time I was here, I mean, I came in and we were on I think it was a 7-game win streak. So what it was when I came in. And we just kind of kept feeding off of that throughout the whole season, and everyone was ready to win. Everyone wanted to win, and I think that helped with what things that Marty was preaching. And you know, as a team, I think that we definitely could have won this thing, but unfortunately, the turn of events with all this coronavirus and everything kind of took away from that. But I'm hopeful for next year and what it's going to be like if whoever comes back, and even if I'm back, like I'm excited to see what it'll be like next year. Obviously, I'd love to be back, but we got to see how things play out. No one really knows anything right now, especially because the season ended so early, right? But I think we were easily the top 3, if not the best team in the league last year.
Last thing for you, a lot of people might be surprised, but you're not back home in Canada. You're in Texas right now. You stayed here. And obviously, we know what happened. You had a big, exciting ending to your season because you got engaged here in Allen. But you're in Texas now. You're not back in Canada.
No, I'm still in Texas, enjoying the weather. I know I talk to my parents a couple times a day, and I always like to brag about the weather down here because it's still pretty cold up there. I mean, they're still in the 40s and 50s for weather, and I'm like, yeah, it was 95 here, and they're like, oh, nice. Like, rub it in a little more. But it's really nice just being down here. I'm one of the guys who's actually a really good fan of the team, works at golf course, so I go and I golf there quite a bit and whatnot, do a little bit of fishing here and there. And I'm really happy about being here, actually. It's really nice.
Well, I'm not much of a fisherman, but let's play some golf before the summer's over, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Cole. Thank you very much for doing this, buddy, and stay safe out there.
Yeah, you too.
That's Allen Americans defenseman Cole Fraser, kind enough to join us here this morning on the Allen Americans podcast.